Hello and welcome back to the Bamis show for week 3. Once again, I'm Dan Uglesor with Clarkles, and special thanks to Mayo for production. Let's start off with the week 3 rundown. Hop right into it. GSG defeated Redemption. Good Squad Gaming picking up their first win of the season. Always a great feeling to move towards that playoff spot. And Seal handing NVNA their first loss of the season and a very dominant performance on stream. Unfortunately, JD got the better of Greeley, my team, in a pretty fun 2-1 series, I'd say, but I'm not going to talk about this now. We'll get to that later. Clark will hit me up with the rest of the week 3 rundown.
Yeah, super fun series, like you said, for us. But next series was Cyborg versus CT, 2-0 in terms of CEC, which I'm still really surprised. CT has not won a game yet, but hopefully they get together and win next week. And then the Project Boom streak is over. Valor 2-0'd them. RIP the Boom streak.
Indeed, RIP the Boom streak.
Yep.
Now for our regularly scheduled programming, Aphelios Lover Watch. Once again, Aphelios Lover is Cyborg's top laner. And this week, they play Tom Kenshin Ambessa, toxicity level low.
Super low. I'm kind of starting to wonder if we're just getting pranked with this guy's name and what he's known for. He hasn't played any ranged top laners yet. I remember when we did the all chat, he said their coach is really strict about it. So maybe they'll unchain him for you against you guys.
He's been performing well. Greeley's 0-2.
Yeah.
And I'd love to play against a ranged top laner. Just, no, I wouldn't. Please don't. I'm just joking. We made the whole segment,
We made it for a reason. Please don't do it.
Anyways. All right, let's hop into those notable performances. It was the week of mid lane for higher-ranked players. We got Jay Hayes on Seal, Moose Tag on JD, and Barnabas Collins all putting up really, really strong performances. I thought they were the MVPs of their respected series, but going to shout out hers for the really, really great performances from CE Cyborg mid laner.
Yeah. Not a whole lot of risers this week. We had that Decker guy on GSG, had a really good series. High KP, low deaths. Just a super solid performance from the support side. Not a whole lot of other risers for this week.
Shout out that Decker guy. All right, and Valor Rising. Want to take a moment to appreciate 2-0 Valor. I don't think they got quite as much appreciation because we're still waiting on their Week 1 matchup, which is versus Greeley. We'll be sure to hand them the loss. But for now, 2-0, very dominant. And shout out, they beat Project Boom, who was our feature team last week. And so, Valor Rising. Clarkles, any notes on Valor?
Great storyline for that game. Project Boom, arguably was the hottest team in Bamis there. And then Valor, kind of a max point team, value team. Came in as 2 of them. Super easy. So, shout out to Valor for the featured slide this week.
And power rankings, you'll notice we added a 6th team, mostly because playoffs will be 6 teams for Bamis, so I figured it'd be prudent to add a 6th team. Valor hopped up both of our lists, is now 4. You'll see very similar rankings, but I'm still sticking Team Greeley on number 3. We may be 0-2, but we're not down and out quite yet, but I gotta have my boys back.
Hey, I respect it. You can't doubt your boys, that kind of stuff. But I still got Project Boom in my 6th slot. We're gonna find out this upcoming week if they're a fake team or not. They gotta play against us, so we'll see. If they put their money where their mouth is. Shout out Vacaution. Got a little bet going. Let's see how they do.
And week 4 preview, talked about it a little bit.
Yeah.
Starting top to bottom, Redemption versus Seal. Redemption still looking for their first win. Seal looking to improve to 3-1, I believe. Still looking at those top slots. Up next, we've got NVNA versus CT. CT also looking for their first win. CE Cyborg versus Greeley. Undefeated team versus a winless team. CEC's feeling pretty good. Greeley, we're feeling better than our record would show, but we do need to get those wins on the board, so it'll be important for us to put on a good performance.
Yeah, and then for us, JD versus Project Boom. Very fortunate to get 2 stream matches in a row. Super fun. We love getting to play for everybody. And lastly, GSG versus Valor. I think of all the games this week, I'm really excited for CT versus NVNA. I think this will be the series for CT kind of come back and get some momentum going. If there's any team they're going to beat, it's got to be this one. If they lose to this, I mean, their season might be just a little cooked, honestly. So this is the week they have to get it together. I'm excited to watch them play.
Brief shout out to NBNA's content. Their highlights of their week are so funny to me. Do you watch those?
I've watched a little bit of them. I haven't watched too much of it though.
Well, go watch her right after this. They're very entertaining. Hey everybody, welcome back to All Chat. Clarkles and I are joined today by Vortex and Microbrat. Vortex is JD's top laner, and Microbrat is Greeley's jungler. So a bit of a special one today because we're talking with our own teammates and opponents from last week. And the match ended up 2-1 in JD's favor, putting JD to a record of 2-1 and dropping Greeley to a record of 1-2. So, Clarkles, why don't you take us away with the questions?
Yeah, so starting off with the first question, I guess to get to know teams a little bit better. Obviously, the viewers know Dino and I pretty well, but not a whole lot about our teams besides just things we've talked about. So starting with Micro, tell us a little bit about Team Greeley.
Well, Team Greeley, we've been doing Team Builder for I think 4 seasons now, and other than Chris, we're all friends from elementary school.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so it's been a long time. I got all my friends into League, and now they're playing on Team Greeley. And then we got Chris from BBB. We stole him, and he's awesome, and he synergizes super well with our team.
Chris being Dino, correct?
Oh, sorry.
That's me.
You're fine.
Dino.
Okay. And then Vortex, I know obviously you're a new addition to our team, but tell us in your words a little about our team.
Hey man, I kind of stumbled in. It's been good. We're just a bunch of silly friends that decided we wanted to play League again. I think my favorite part was me asking Moose Tag how this last season was going in Doran's, and then our last conversation we had on Discord was a year before that of me asking him to play Clash, and he said, "Hey, I don't play League anymore," and then he was in the.
And then here we all are playing in a competitive league.
Here we are playing in a competitive league.
Crazy how that kind of stuff works out, but it's pretty cool to know that both of our teams are just friend groups that play together. I think that's what most of this league is just groups of friends. So it is pretty cool to see how that stuff's all working out and working as intended. So, but back into the game. So, Micro, how do you feel about your guys' performance this week?
I've really I feel like we did decent. I'm not disappointed with how I played at all. But honestly, maybe our team fighting could have used a little bit more synergy, but other than that, I feel like individually everyone did fine. We just weren't able to beat you guys in team fights.
Yeah. That is kind of our team specialty is team fighting.
I felt pretty similarly. Yeah, I think our macro was good. I think that's one of our things we're pretty happy with. Specifically, we'll get into the games later, but game 1, we were able to win a fight around Baron after pulling the Ahri teleport and then getting him to set up around you guys exactly how he wanted to. And that's where I feel like we were strongest. We just get too excited in the moment and start playing the fights a little fast. But I also, it's like, we're a 27-point team, and so we've got a little bit of extra hill to climb. I think specifically, Vortex, you're just an excellent laner. And so I had my work cut out for me, and you were very punishing in games 2 and 3 when I stepped out of line. And just trying to make up those points where we can, and if we can't out team fight and put that synergy together, it's pretty tough. But I'll toss it back your guys' way. How do you think the games felt to you?
They weren't the worst, but I definitely saw a few points, especially in the first game, where we either couldn't pull the trigger on something we wanted to do, or we stumbled a little bit, or somebody got caught, or there was one. My set ult went in the wrong direction. I was so sad because I feel like we definitely could have. I was one set ult away from winning a team fight, and it was just the worst case scenario. But they were close enough, and we get our stride as we go. I think one of our strengths are having a deeper champion pools than most, and I definitely don't mind sacrificing my lane if it means playing for a better team fight.
I think bot lane, Nerdle and I just played so scared, like respecting Friday and Goldfish, like too much. And then, first picking the Ashe and me not knowing, I was like, I'm just going to pick Unara just to take it away from Friday. Turns out Unara and the Ashe is like almost unplayable. It was horrible.
Yeah.
Radicus was in my DMs. He was flaming us. It was so bad.
Friday was
I
like
was like,
licking his
no,
lips. He's like, "Oh
yeah.
yes."
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know matchups that well. I kind of just like pick stuff and play at this point until I learn more. And I was like, it can't be that bad, kid. Oh, it was horrible. And then I have a Fury just one shot me the whole time. Horrible time.
Yeah. Game 1, before the game even started, we said we were drafting all these champions.
Mhm.
And we just got all the champions we wanted to draft. And I think we were very comfortable in this draft. And the Neferi is just so strong. I think the best you guys banning Gwen is so good. It's a really good ban. I think Gwen is my second best character other than Lilia. At least in comp play. I've done very good with Gwen. And you guys banning it? Like obviously the Lilia is a ban, but banning the Gwen, it's just like stab in the heart.
Because we were going to talk about like debating on like not even banning it, just like first picking it. But it's like, do we risk it? Because then, like, that could just so many things can go wrong in the draft and stuff. Like, we're just not gonna mess with it. Well, whatever else happens.
For sure.
Do
you want to keep zooming in game 1? We can get the MVPs at the end because they're kind of already there. I really liked our draft as well. I think Friday does the draft leading for us, and he just he got us on comfort, but also something that was really easy to execute. Right, Scion ult very easy to follow in on. Same with Ashe R with the Seraphine R. And a big AoE R from Greeble Hunter and Micro Brat on an assassin.
Yeah, just able to clean up the scraps that are left around.
Yeah, I think our draft was pretty tough for us to really engage. I mean, we had Ari, they go in Charm, and then if Vortex was able to, on the set, get a good set ult. But like even Pantheon, it's like Flash Stun. Braum is more just for peel. So I mean, it's a pretty tough draft for us to execute, I think. And you mentioned earlier, like all the games were super close. So I think you guys led in gold for most of the games. It was just team fighting was where the game was kind of made. So even like after we won team fights, you guys were still up in gold at most points. Like, so it was pretty crazy. But back to MVPs, who do you think was our MVP and your MVP, Micro?
Okay, wait. Okay, your MVP for sure is Moose Tag. I think the Victor, oh my god, wrecked us. And then also like the Lissandra like single-handedly won you guys that game with that one play that just killed we had a decent lead. You guys were getting the dragon. I think we had a gold lead, but then Lissandra does this play and just like kills all of us.
I'll pull the screenshot later, don't worry. We can be in pain again.
For our MVP, I might give it to myself, maybe. Or it's like me or Friday, I think. We both had good games. I had the good Neferi game. I think he did really good on the Zeri. But and the Varus.
Yeah, I think he put himself in a pretty good spot all 3 games.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were definitely not doing ourselves any favors by just constantly feeding the Varus game on. Like I was feeling myself like, I got first blood. I'm doing this. I'm giving it to Friday, and then triple kills. Like never mind.
I'll give it to Friday because last game we draft Echo, and I just cannot play the game. I was so useless, and that's the game that really mattered, right? Because it was 1-1. I'll give it to Friday this week.
Jay or Vortex, what do you think?
I think I fully agree with that. I think Moose Tag just knows his champion super well. He communicates very well, and there's not. He doesn't hesitate. He's playing Victor, and he's saying, "Hey, can I engage here?" My immobile mage is saying, "Hey, can I flash ult them for fun?" Just the confidence this guy has is insane. And then I felt like Friday was just a permanent threat in all 3 games. It felt very hard to get onto him into the Ashe game. The Varus game, he was starting to get tanky. What did he play game 2?
Game 2 is
The
Zeri.
He
Zeri.
played
The
Zeri.
Zeri Lulu. He had all the tools to self peel and get away from things. It was very hard to get onto him as a Lowy too. So I think I agree with the Friday and Moose Tag.
I would also kind of agree. I think just both of our solo laners are really strong. Like Vortex does his job. Like game 1 was arguably just like carrying us, like backpacking us to almost victory. Game 2 on the Lowy just doing his thing, making space, being that big body in the team fight, so the rest of us could kind of do our thing. Like we could vomit out spells with Victor, and I could poke with Caitlyn. And then game 3 on the Zion just doing his thing, making neutralizing the lane and just still being really strong. I don't think you died in game 3, did you?
No. Me and Nurgle both didn't die.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the Zahan just like was so strong. Anytime I said during the draft, Zahan gets locked in, and I'm like, oh my god, we're against Zahan. Anytime I swear we play against Zahan, we just get wrecked. And it's of course it's JD as well. It's like, oh no, it's the Zahan.
First
again.
the Clorkles ahead, now the Vortex ahead. We're just traumatized.
It's so funny that
He's
like
a good champ.
Vortex and I have like this such similar like champ pools. Besides like Asante, I could never play it. But like the rest of it, like Darius,
Neither can I. Don't
I'm about to
worry.
say he's not going to get to play it either.
yeah, Darius, Alawi, Zahin, Jax. Like we, I say such similar. He's just better than me, so it just makes sense.
So let's zoom back in on game 1, the Greeley win. The thing I'm excited to talk about. I'm sure Micro is as well.
Yeah, that was a good game. Honestly, probably the best game out of the 3.
A super tight game though. Either way, you'll notice the Drakes. You guys are up 3-2 on Dragons as well. So it's like didn't get a soul that game, but it did revolve around some big team fights. And one I wanted to highlight was the Baron fight that didn't result in a Baron.
And this resulted in pure carnage.
It was pure carnage. It was quite epic. And so here's my my screenshot. So you'll notice we're 26 minutes into the game, 2 dragons to 2. And the gold, Greeley's about 2k ahead, but at 26 minutes, I would not say that's super significant. Scrapping over the Baron, we had tried to pull Moose Tag to the Baron away from bot lane. Moose Tag TP'd in, and you guys start the Baron 5v4, and so I'm able to TP in mid lane on the Scion. The fight gets super scrappy. Vortex is able to kill our backline, and you guys only lost Woody Woods and Nurgle Knight. But you'll see, able to land a bit of a Scion Q and popped the W afterwards for the double kill and finish out Vortex for the triple kill. Don't toot my horn too much, but I was pretty happy with it. I think after that, the death timers are very staggered for JD, and it made the deployments difficult. And I think the tempo just got more challenging after this.
I think that, and then there's like one like fight before that mid lane. We got pretty far behind on, and then this one, and then we got caught one more time in the jungle, and it was kind of just over. But it was really funny in this fight. Like we didn't see you in there; we didn't have vision of that. And Moose Tag threw a charm in there that just barely missed. I mean,
it would have made the difference.
Barely missed. Yeah, would have made a difference, but it didn't. And I think even took out the rest of us. So
the other thing of this fight in specific, I like go in on you, Clarkles.
Me.
And then I go in on you, and then you go over the wall, and then I flash over the wall, and then you flash over the wall, or you didn't. And it was like, oh my god, my one job to kill Clarkles is over.
It was horrible. Like I ulted and dashed over the wall, or leaped over the wall to get away. And the Fury all comes at me. It gets interrupted. You still like flip over the wall. I flash. You flash. I can't get away from this guy. It's just impossible.
I just wasn't able to secure your kills. Thank God Chris was just in this bush ready to axe you guys down, because it was looking scary for a moment.
Look at that. That hitbox is totally fair, by the way. You can notice.
It was
definitely hit both of them.
Elevation diff, by the way.
But I think this one did break the game, because the game ended on the next fight, and we used our tempo to get into the your topside jungle before the dragon spawned, and then pick off Woody Woods, if I'm remembering the sequence correctly, because we're like, we've got the tempo with the respawn timers. Let's get into their jungle, and we're able to make that pick.
I was I was specific. I was like at the end of the game. I was like, I was set up to have such a nice game, and I had a decent game. But the last like 3 team fights, I just like go in on someone, die, and then like my team just carries me. It
Yeah.
was really sad the last 3 fights.
And at
But
that point, the sign was unkillable. I think in the last fight when Woods got caught, and we were kind of like all just kind of committed to it. I know you like ulted past it and like ran at us, like 3 of us in the jungle.
Goldfish
Like,
hit
the
an
wolf- the wolf-
insane ultimate there.
The wolf camp, and I had a 4-man ult going through you, through all of us. I think I hit you. I had like 3 tank killing items on Yunara. I didn't even think I didn't even like go through your shield. I was like, this is just done. This is over. We can just go next, boys.
So
It's kinda
Greeley
cooked.
takes game 1, and we go next to game 2.
Mm.
JD win.
This was
very solemn.
This is what we're excited
I'm about
for.
to say, it's
now.
like, this is your chance. I'm gonna leave off.
I don't like this game as much, honestly, for some reason.
So this time when we drafted, Nergal and I were talking. We're like, all right, we're not playing scared anymore. Let's get back to it. So we picked the Caitlyn. It's what we're my most comfortable picks and switching ADC. And then the Swain, we haven't picked that all season since we switched AD carries from Radicus. And we're right back to it. Like, hey, you know what? They have 2 immobile bot laners. Let's just commit. If we feed, we feed. It is what it is. And then the Shen pick to kind of help support us a little bit there, and also Vortex being pretty split pushy with the Alawi. And then Victor is left open. We just slam the Victor. It's just a go-to pick for us at this point. But
you guys first picked the Mundo, right? If I remember correctly.
Yeah. So we picked it as a flex, but it was like 90% just gonna go into the jungle.
You picked Mundo, and literally from that moment on, the entire draft, I said, "Please pick Ornn, please pick Ornn," and I had my hand over Alawi the whole time. I was like, "Please do it."
It's my biggest dread, and I was like so proud of myself for most of the lane. I was like, I'm dodging the E's, I'm in his head,
You
I
were
got
up
hit
in
like
CS at one time.
I was up like 20. I was so proud, and I get hit by like 3 E's before, like in between backs, and I died. Same thing happened the next time. You know, it just that's the mini game, and you end up getting the better of me on it.
Yep,
it is just simply to win that lane, you have to dodge that one ability. It's a very cool mechanic.
Yeah.
And I went Swifties. I was like, I'm just going to play the game. I'm playing the mini game.
You did.
But
even then, like I had never seen so many of the Alawi tentacles, like the fast slaps, like after he ults. I was like, dude, how are you doing it? Even Ike was like not good at getting that to happen. I'm like, how are you doing this? Like, I don't know, I'm just doing it.
Now, I don't remember what point it happened, but I'm just like playing my game, and then Alawi ults slams with me. I like instant die on Mundo. I'm playing Mundo, and I expect to not die in one hit, but Alawi just one shots me, and it was crazy.
So I want to zoom in on one fight where I think the game did turn, actually, and it's actually ironically the fight where Vortex was out of the fight before it started. So Greeble Hunter is able to pick off Vortex on the Vigar, and Rio and Greeble are like, all right, this is our chance. This is before 3rd Drake is about to spawn. You'll see it's spawning right as this fight is ending. And if we can win this fight 5v4, we get our Drake back on the map and a lot of tempo. But JD wins this fight. 4v5.
Yeah. So our comp really wanted to fight in tight spaces with like the Swain, Victor, that kind of stuff. Even if we didn't have a Lowy, if this fight started off with a good taunt from the Shen to kind of get it going, and it kind of got you guys split, so the Ornn died really quickly, kind of chasing out in the jungle. The Victor got a massive W right in that tri-bush, so like your backline, your mid laner couldn't follow in, so we were able to just like shred the Ornn and peel off the Mundo pretty easily with the 4 of us. And they were the Zeri, Lulu, Vigar all just stuck in that tri-bush, couldn't get through to help. So it made it pretty easy to kind of peel off, and at that point we kind of like just danced for a second. Everyone kind of went their own direction. But I know Victor, Moose Tag was like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to keep going. We're like, hey, no. Relax,
he was like a feral dog.
I mean, I think he carried the fight. Look at the health bars on JD other than Moose Tag. Like, there were a few good Zeri bounces away, but Moose Tag did not run away from this fight. I think a lot of people would have. They would have said, hey, this ain't it. We're going to give this Drake. But Moose Tag did not relent on this fight.
Nah, he's like our little battle mage on his like immobile mage picks, man. He's just in there. He just does not care. Like Vortex said earlier, he's like, can I engage? Like he'll flash ult, drop his spells on Victor. Like you can't get out. he just fully commits. He knows his champions really well, and his confidence really like just carries us through games usually.
And this is where I felt like the game got hard for us. I don't know how you felt, Micro Brat, but this was where I was like, it's hard.
It was really unfortunate. Like at the start of this fight, Dinugal, he ults, and we get the target on. I call for Caitlyn, but he gets the Swain, and I honestly at that point was like, okay, Swain's fine, whatever. We cannot kill the Swain because I guess Swain does Swain things, and he just heals and flashes out, and then I'm chasing this Caitlyn because I'm like, I gotta get this Caitlyn dead so we can win the fight, and then I auto Nurgle Knight. And I don't know if my auto would have killed the Caitlyn. Maybe, maybe not. But I always hate a situation when you auto the wrong thing because you guys are just like right on top of each other.
We're stacked. Yeah.
Like, look, you can't even see that Karkles is there because Nurgle Knight's taking up all his HP bar.
A true support player.
True support.
Doing his job, man. We were both running for our life from the big purple guy. But we had 2 items. I think Victor had 2 burnouts at this point, so we were kind of just shred the tanks pretty quick, and then we were just really, really scared of that Vigard just one-shotting us. It was at that point. He was stacked. Yeah. He was so stacked.
I think the saving grace eventually, like this game sort of slowed down after this, or well, it didn't slow down, but we were on the defensive, right? Mm-hmm. We sort of had to defend from you guys pushing us, and like with the Vigard, we were able to, like, I think defend quite a bit just because the poke does so much damage. But alas, eventually you guys just caught us out and ended the game.
Yeah, this game went all the way to the end. Like, we had Soul, Elder, Baron. Like, this game went all the way to the end. So we were like, really respecting it. But
good game 2. Let's take a look at game 3.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Game 3.
There we go.
3.
Same thing. We were. I can't remember what our plan was. All the bands were the same. But here we really debated on like leaving the Gwen open and just picking it. We're like, yeah, you know what? He's probably gonna pick Graves or Echo here, so we'll just leave it open and just go with it. I think we had first pick this game. And at this point, like I have very little like champion pool and ADCs, so I was like, I don't want to pick this game. I have no idea. Usually it's just like Ashe and Caitlyn. We don't usually get past that point. So I was like, God, what am I going to play this game? And they're like, Ziggs. I was like, no. Like, you need to actually play AD. I was like, Lucian, pick it. Let's just go with it. First picked it, and I think you guys picked Echo.
We first picked Skarner.
Did we first pick Skarner? Yeah, okay. That's right.
And we signed Lucian Leo.
Yeah, because I had no idea what to pick. I didn't play Lucian in like over a year before this game.
That's why Friday was like, pick me Nautilus Vars. He really wanted that matchup because he felt like he could punish the Lucian. And I'd say they did pretty well early on in the game.
Yeah,
I think
for sure.
6-2 at one point.
Mm-hmm. It was pretty even bot lane. We got first blood. The Goldfish roamed into the river to help contest the first crab down there, and then as soon as he left, we jumped on Friday. And I don't know if like he just instinct flashed the wrong way or something, but he kind of flashed back into us, and we just killed him. So like, it was, so I don't know if it was just like his hands just kind of glitched for a second or something, but he flashed back into us. We killed him for first blood. But after that, he did get like a triple kill in the very next fight, and that just propelled him to being crazy strong. Back Shiv. I walked up, I got ulted and instantly died. So we got 4 kills in less than like a minute and a half. I was like, okay, this game just got really hard.
Yeah,
here I am just feeding.
There was almost like a placebo, like Friday being super strong because he does have a lot of gold, but also Goldfish had a lot of deaths. It was like more because you guys also had a lot of gold, but it didn't feel like that because like sometimes you don't notice when your support's dying. No offense, like sometimes you don't like realize that gold's slipping away, but I think we thought we were a lot stronger when we took that fight, even when Moose Tag flashed on us. Like when we took that fight, I called for it because I thought we were gonna do crazy on it, and
Yeah.
We just get blown up.
And I think,
Like, die. It wasn't even close.
yeah, it was really on Friday, that game. I think on Echo, you can't really do a whole lot. Woody Woods played really, really well this game on this Gardener, I thought. Like, just really good
Yes,
target
yep.
prioritization, good stuns, and his ult were really good. And so whenever Friday kept getting caught out, like, I think we got out to fight bot lane, won the fight. He was still under tower. And he's like full HP. I was like, hey, can we dive this guy? And Nergalite just hit a random, like a kickball on him, and I just ulted him and just killed him on the tower. And then from then on, every single time Musak had flash up, he just flash ulted him. And it was just, he couldn't do anything at that point.
Yeah,
Just can't play the game.
It's a good combo. And that's what we've got here is we're 16 minutes in fighting for the third dragon. Or actually, the second one was just taken, excuse me. But the gold is almost dead even. You guys are 800 gold ahead. And Musak flashes and kills the 6/2 Varus. And you guys end up cleaning up 3 kills here, I believe. And from this point, I mean, Vortex is pretty ahead in the top lane, but this is where like Greeley lost our grasp on the bottom side of the map, I think.
Yeah, so we just did the dragon, and I mean, like Vortex talked about earlier. I mean, Musak just knows his champion so well. He's like, hey, I'm going here. We're like, okay.
I trust you, bud.
I definitely mind controlled the team a little here. I was like, oh, they're doing dragon. Let's just go fight him. Let's go fight him. I thought we were so much stronger than we were. Like, I don't know. Well, again, with this, maybe the support gold, like Goldfish died a few times, you know, top lane's not as strong. But like I knew the top laner wasn't here, and I knew we had Chris coming, so I was like, oh, let's fight this. And then Lissandra just blows us up. It was a bad call, and it definitely sent us in the wrong direction. But sometimes you make calls, and sometimes they're bad.
For sure.
You know?
And then poor Greeble there was trying to do like the little shuffle in, and Nurgle just like kickballed him and just stopped him.
that Billy's so funny, so innocent, but so disruptive.
He was so proud of that. Like after the series, he's like, we're gonna watch this. So he went back and like pulled it up and streamed it. Yeah.
We're gonna watch.
So he went in and like made us watch it 3 or 4 times, like slowed it down. He's like, you see that? I did that.
Lionel Messi for the World Cup.
There's one thing I want to talk about from this game, and that's going to be the infamous pause.
I thought about clipping it. Yes.
Yeah.
I really wish you did, because from my perspective, we're fighting top, and I'm like, oh, I can maybe dive him here. I can go for a kill, and I hear pause as I flash Q ult, and then they pause, and I'm like, fellas.
Yeah, Greeley pulled out the rule book and started scrolling through it, trying to
let me see if I can
squeeze
find
out
this,
a win.
because this pause is the craziest timing. So
it's on the stream, yeah.
Is mid ultimate, and I have actually flashed out of the range of the ultimate. You can still see the flash animation, but it's still like the health difference is pretty huge.
I think it's the first kill.
Yeah.
There it is. If he's right on that.
What?
No, it's right before that.
Back a little bit more. So like Nurgle might come back to lane. He's like, guys, my screen froze. Guys, my screen froze. Yeah.
Yeah. This is where the pause was. And Vortex, you ended up outplaying this and killing me as well, because I thought I had the angle on you to stun you in the wall coming out of the bush, but you clicked on me and got the Q2 off before the stun went off, and I was like, that's good reaction time. Wait. That's why he's diamond.
Could we just like play the actual clip?
This is rough.
Wait, this whole time I'm like, guys, I'm spamming my biscuit. I have a biscuit in my inventory. I'm like, I'm spamming biscuit and praying right now.
Yeah, I was so confident we were going to win this fight because he's grabbing that shield. He's going into the bush. I was going to try to get the stun on you. Obviously, we didn't get that, but I was confident that we would be able to do the damage, right? You just have Doran's shield.
Great backstep on the stun, by the way. I thought you were going to walk into it, and you didn't.
Oh,
and I really thought it was. You can proc the Q and the E's. It's kind of weird.
I hope the stream gets it, but there's this like I think I flash out of here after.
Yeah.
Did you attack me? My flash was crazy here. I don't know. I didn't.
Oh yeah,
that actually was a little ludicrous.
Stop! It's the right die. Now turn it off. Turn it off. Turn it off. I don't want to watch.
Anyways, JD went on to win game.
Oh, it doesn't show the flash. But the flash
here.
was criminal. I flashed like so far away from the wall and it went over. It was like I flashed double the distance I should have and survived up there.
But JD
that
takes the
game-
series 2-1.
Yeah, that game, I think the Echo was just so hard to play. Draft wise, like I think you guys just astrogapped us draft wise. I was basically useless. During the draft, you guys lock into Skarner, and then I'm like, we could go Echo or we could go Xin Zhao. I was unironically kind of wanting Xin Zhao. We didn't end up doing it. And I was like sort of joking because I'm against Jarvan Xin Zhao boosted players. I'm against them. I'm battling. But I was unironically a little bit debating locking in Xin Zhao. And I think it would have been way better this game. I don't know if it would have won us the game. You guys played it very well. But I think it would have been better than the Echo for sure.
Yeah. Kind of moving on over here, Dino. We've been talking about this games for a long time now.
Yeah, we have.
We've kind of already gone over like perspectives and we thought turning points were, but in your guys' words, what do you think was the best takeaway from this series you guys used the rest of the season? Starting with you guys, Micro.
Well, I think this series proves that like there's definitely a chance that we're still a good team, right? We can still do this. We can make it to playoffs. We can make it far. I don't think that just because we lost doesn't mean that we're out for the count, you know? I think you guys are a very strong team, and us having some close games against you guys means that hey, we got to be at least close to your power. So I think we got a good chance. We just need to lock in, maybe get some of that synergy, maybe get some practice in, because we haven't really been practicing together, and I want to get back to that just so we can be at our peak performance for next week.
Yeah, that's fair. Vortex, what do you think is our biggest takeaway?
Probably just have confidence in what we want to do. Strategize it a little bit more, and we are really good at what we're really good at, and we shouldn't try to deviate too terrible much and have just make plans and execute them, and it usually ends up really good in our favor when we do that.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'll pass it back to you, Dino, if you want to go over all standings and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, standings right here, definitely on the right spot. So, okay, here's my question. I'm going to deviate from the script a little bit. Valor and CE Cyborg are both undefeated so far. Team Greeley, Redemption, Collision Time are all winless in terms of series. Which undefeated team do you think will place the lowest? Or do you think any team will stay undefeated, I guess? Let me ask that instead. And do you think any of the 0 blank teams can make the playoffs? Now, Vortex, do you want to start us off?
Sure. Hold on. I'm going to pull up I want to see the weekly schedule here because there's a chance, if I'm not mistaken, they could, like, I think both of those teams could go undefeated. They don't play each other, do they? Valor and CEC, I don't think they do.
No, yeah, they could both go undefeated in theory.
They could both end up being undefeated. Now they both unfortunately have to fight us, so I don't think that's gonna happen. I want to see it be closer. Like I do think that the league is still in a state where a few misplays and a few really good upsets, and we're right back to square one with everybody tied, essentially. So I'd love to see some good tiebreakers. It's unfortunate not every team gets to fight in these weeks, sadly, but I want to see wins. I want to see losses. I want to see them not have a perfect record and also not go without a win. I feel like that would be a feels bad, man.
Do you want me to go about?
Yeah, go for it. What do you think? I mean, I know what team's going to make the playoffs. That one's easy, but
all right. So Team Greeley probably going to make playoffs, if I were to say. don't know. Let's say CT and Redemption. I'm sure they'll win some games. I'm sure they have a chance. I think we're still really. I still think we're pretty early in the season, and also I don't think any of the teams are so good or so bad that like there's gonna be a 100% winner. There could be, but I feel like someone's gonna take them out, right?
Mhm.
And I think again with the 0 teams, I think no one's too much better that these 0 teams are gonna be able to go getting 0 wins as well. Like I just think that, which is good, that all the teams are decently close in skill. That anyone really has a chance to make it to playoffs. It just really depends on how it all shapes out, you know.
I just can't really believe at this point that CT still has not won a game yet.
Yeah, I agree.
Like if you'd have told me when this season started that Redemption was going to win a game before CT, I would have thought you were crazy. No disrespect to Redemption. It's just how the point totals for teams working out. I really thought CT. I had a 30-point team, a lot of veteran players like Oxy, Nectar, Revisioner, like all those guys, like forming a pretty good team. I would never have thought they'd be 0-6 at this point. So that just blows my mind.
I agree. I still think they've got quality. Just can they pull it? Can they pull it back? Because a 3-3 like match score, I think could make playoffs here. I think there'll be at least one 3-3 team that makes playoffs. It's just a matter of which one.
I think there could easily be some tiebreakers. So
I hope so.
That's possible.
Anything else, Clarkers?
I think Valor. I don't say it's kind of a fake undefeated right now. I mean, they really need to play against you guys just to confirm it. Obviously, playing one less series really helps with the staying undefeated. You know,
Yeah.
Hopefully, you guys get that rescheduled and get that done here pretty soon. In VNA, I think this was their first week they played against like a top team, and it didn't work out too well for them. So, interesting to see who they play against next week and how they do. But I easily think any of these top bottom teams could easily make playoffs, and the top teams could easily just lose. So, interesting to see.
That's why we're here for the drama, the storylines. Well, Micro Vortex, thanks so much for joining us to break down those games today on our super special all chat edition, Greeley versus JD. Where Clarkles and I got to yap about ourselves.
Oh yeah.
And but really, you guys' insight is invaluable, and it's really cool to hear different voices every week. So thank you guys.
I'll tell you one last secret. Team
boy.
Greeley is intentionally losing, so we get the comeback story arc. Yeah, 100%. That's what's going on.
You know, you leaned in and whispered that is the loudest thing you said all the whole
Kidding,
time.
man.
I pulled the mic close.
Anyway, this has been all chat for week 3. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll catch you in week 4.
All right, everybody, that'll do it for us this week. Thank you so much for watching. We had a bit of a longer all chat segment this week, so we made the rest of it pretty short to kind of keep it around the same time, not take up too much of your day. We appreciate all of you guys watching. Again, shout out to Dino making all the slides look phenomenal, getting all the data uploaded. Shout out to Mayo for all the editing. Be sure you go check out all the rest of the content being thrown into the content channel. It's a Doran's podcast, like I said, MVNA stuff, and all the other great content everybody else is making. And shout out to all the guys making the stat sheets. That's incredible.
Stat goats.
All that info being pumped in there. If you guys haven't looked at that, check that out. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Help us out. And again, if you guys have any other feedback for us, please let us know. And again, thank you much for watching. See you guys.
Bye.